What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of From the Sidelines. I'm Cullen Mac.
I'm Daniel DiMaggio.
And this is our special friend, special guest, Noah K. Bentley.
Hello.
What's up, man? Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Friend of the show, someone I consider family.
I love these guys very much.
I think it's about time we have a guest on the show. You know, we're looking to provide more perspective, hopefully have athletes on in the future, and we brought in a NBA aficionado, so it's kind of perfect.
I'm wearing a baseball jersey. I love all sports, but NBA is my main.
I really like your jersey, man. Where did you get it?
I don't know, this random guy's closet. I might be in his room right now, too.
That's cool. Nice. Well, anyway, if you are looking at our jerseys, you might know what the topic of discussion is about to be. The Boston Celtics are currently up 2-0 on the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Finals right now. They absolutely put the beat down on the Mavericks in Game 1. And in Game 2, I'll tell you who didn't have a big game for the Celtics, Jason Tatum. He almost had a triple-double, but if you look at his shooting, it is not good. If you look at the first half of the game, I thought Dallas was playing really great. They were standing there neck and neck. They had a lead for a little bit. I thought maybe this is the game they're going to take. They made some adjustments. They came out hot. And then, after halftime, the Celtics, it looked like Game 1 again. And the Celtics were just on a roll. And Jason Tatum might not have been on a roll, but Drew Holiday, Derek White, and Jaylen Brown were playing absolutely bonkers.
That trio right there.
Drew
The
Holiday.
Boston
Big
Celtics big three, right?
Yeah.
Drew Holiday shot 11 for 14 from the field, and he was their highest scorer. Surprisingly, he only had 3 assists, but 11 rebounds.
26 points for Drew Holiday.
And not to mention what's not in the box score, that defense, like staying in front of his guy. He does a great job.
That Boston Celtics defense is absolutely swarming. If there's anything that's going to win them the championship this year, it's going to be that defense for sure.
It's all hands are on deck, unlike the other side, the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, that's the Luka Doncic show for sure. I mean, let's get Luka some help. I mean, you said it right before the show.
Luka's had back-to-back 30-point games. I mean, I feel like there's nothing more he can do except get his guys going more, put more trust into them. But how much trust can you have in them when they're not making the easy plays?
I mean, a week ago, we were all just talking about this before we started recording. You have the likes of guys like Mike Breen and J.J. Redick saying that Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic are the best backcourt in NBA history. And here, how many points did Kyrie Irving have today?
He's had,
I think he had
16.
16.
He shot 3 threes?
Could you do the little, I'm a huge fan of the show, so...
I'll do it once just for you, but that was a one-off.
Okay. Appreciate it.
16 points. And he went 0 of 3 from 3-point. Not that he just went scoreless from 3. He only took 3 threes.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyrie's confident he's shooting threes.
And he's hit one of the biggest three-pointers of all
That's
time.
true.
Yeah.
And he's only shooting 3 in the finals.
I mean, watching this game, it just seemed like Kyrie wasn't being aggressive enough. I don't really know if the chance we're getting him in Boston, I don't know what it was.
You made a point earlier, though. As a professional, that shouldn't affect him.
Yeah, as a professional athlete, at the end of the day, that really shouldn't affect you. I mean, you're in arenas, 82 games a year? You're going to hear boos for half of those games, and they're going to be the loudest in the NBA Finals, of course, especially in Boston.
He's going to need a lot more sage burning in that arena to get the bad vibes out. But I would like to point out someone who's not sticking out like a sore thumb, whose poor performance is kind of flying under the radar.
Not PB&J, but maybe just PJ?
PJ, correct. PJ Washington. He came into this series a sniper from 3, and he went 0 for 3 in the first game, 1 for 5 tonight. That's huge. That's huge because he's going to be open. They're crashing Doncic. They're crashing Kyrie. He's going to be open, but he's not even taking the shots.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the playoffs throughout this entire postseason, Dallas has been winning because it's been Luka and Kyrie and PJ Washington. They've been having a third guy. But where's that third guy in this series? Maybe whether it's Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford, or it's PJ Washington, they need someone to give them help.
It's not Derek Lively so far. I love him, but he needs to step it up. He's young.
I mean,
he's a rookie.
Daniel Gafford, too.
I know, the big men.
Shooting so consistently, and he just kind of...
The big men are getting bodied by Tingus.
Yeah,
Kristaps Porzingis unfortunately got hurt today. He said he's willing to die out there, though. I love that mentality.
Respect.
He has been so important in this series. I don't know if this was in the episode last week, but off-camera discussions with Daniel and I, Daniel didn't believe in the KP hype. I said they need Kristaps if they want to have a chance in this series, and the impact he's had on the floor has been absolutely insane. So dominant in Game 1, especially defensively and from 3. And today in Game 2, he got hurt. Hopefully he'll be okay for the rest of the series because they're definitely going to need him. But, I mean,
well, I
who
guess
knows?
that leads me to my next question for both of you. I'll answer it. I've got the Celtics in 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm confident in saying that. You want to get 6? I'll give you an extra game. I'm rooting for the Dallas Mavericks, but I'm going to say it to the camera, and I'm going to be honest with you. However Stephen A. Smith alike I am, I think it's Celtics in 5. What about you, Noah?
Mavericks in 7. Thank you very much.
Hot take. I like that. I mean, I'm rooting for the Celtics, but I think the Celtics are going to win in 6. I don't want to count this Mavericks team out. They're the Western Conference champions for a reason.
Yeah, that
They're
doesn't
here
just
for
happen.
a reason. It doesn't just happen. Basketball is all about going back to the boardroom, watching film, and making adjustments. You saw today. You watched that first half. They came out so strong. They were right there. Jason Kidd said it in the postgame. He said, we were right there. We were right there. How many points did they lose by today? 7? Compared to, 18 in the first game? They were so close. I think they had it almost all figured out today. Like I said, it's going to come down to Kyrie Irving or P.J. Washington. They just need someone else to step up because Luka, you've seen it before. You can't win with just one guy.
Yeah.
So
And metaphorically, basketball is a chess match, especially in the finals. You know,
exactly.
The Celtics had a blowout win Game 1. Game 2, the Mavericks adjusted. Like you said, though, at halftime, the Celtics adjusted, and then the Mavericks didn't know what to do. So we'll see.
Credit to Joe Mazzulla, man.
Those are our predictions for the NBA Finals. Let's move on. It's kind of the end of the season. I want to do a little fun wrap-up thing just to hear personal opinions. We don't even got to fight about it, but I just want to hear your guys' top 5 players in the NBA right now.
Starting with me, I suppose?
Yeah, starting with you. We'll go this way. Come over here.
Number 1's pretty obvious. It's the guy who I'm wearing on my jersey, Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
I think that's hard to disagree with. He won the MVP this year. Oh, wait, no, he didn't. Nikola Jokic, Mr. Consistent, did. If this was a playoff award, I mean, obviously Luka's going to win. I mean, Luka's one of the best ISO players I've seen in the game, and he averages 10 assists. Like, oh my gosh. What is he not doing to make him at least top 2, but not 2? And then I'll give credit to his fellow Yugoslavian. I'll throw Jokic at 2 because he just won MVP. I can't deny his talent and the way he turns that Nuggets team into a contender. Without him, they would be nowhere. So I'll throw Jokic at 2.
So wouldn't that make him the most valuable player then?
I'm as of right now, no.
You finish your.
You know what would have really been would have determined that is if Doncic and Jokic went head to head in the Western Conference Finals. That would have
been great.
That would have really decided
That's cinema.
But I think 3 is pretty obvious. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I know it's easy to say because they're the top 3 MVP candidates. That's kind of why I did it.
Picks.
But he's incredible. I don't think this year he was coming in at top 3. He probably started top 10.
Did anyone?
Did anyone?
Did anyone think Shea was going to be top 3 in MVP?
Well, this guy I have next, we would think he's probably top 3. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Okay.
Mr. Consistent. He's there every year. He's that
I thought
whole
that was
team.
Nikola Jokic was Mr. Consistent.
Oh, man.
There's
you know
a couple
what?
Mr.
I'm
Consistent.
backtracking
There's only
now.
one Mr.
Well, I'm
Consistent.
consistent
You
with the
can't
word
everyone be
consistent.
Mr. Consistent.
I'm consistent with the word consistent.
That's consistent.
I mean, at least they're I think both these guys are
I want to put a consistent counter right here. So how many times have you said consistent?
Well, I'm going to keep doing it consistently just for you. I mean, so far I haven't named a single American. And yeah, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is Canadian. And my 5th guy is not American either, Joel Embiid. So my top 5 players are all not from the USA. I didn't even think of that, but now as I'm saying that, that's pretty crazy. I think that USA's probably got the best basketball in the world, but my top 5 players, none of them are from this country.
We'll see you at the Olympics. Signed America. Noah?
Okay, so my top 5. Ding, ding, ding. No, I'm not going to do the draft noise. If you want to add
That was
that.
Jeopardy.
Oh. Sorry. My top 5. Number 1, Luka Doncic. Come on. I mean, the man is a master at basketball. He is an artist at basketball. The way he puts the ball in the rim is beautiful. The way he dishes the ball is unfathomable. Well, one of the assists he had in Game 2, I know you're peeping my list. Don't laugh at me. Okay, I was trying to change it up, man. I'm trying to make it a little different, all right? Luka Doncic, amazing, okay?
So far, you're just copying exactly what.
All right, but
no, I'm kidding.
wait
We
till-
agree. We agree.
Jokic at number 2. I mean, that man is a point guard in a center's body. It is just, I understand what you're saying about, he may be the literal most valuable player in the league, and he won it. However, Doncic, listen, Jokic has a better team, okay? If the Mavericks didn't have Luka, they would be way worse than if the Nuggets didn't have Jokic. They would be a better team than the Mavericks. You know what if you take them
I would like
both
to
out.
switch them and see how their teams go. I think that would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay, number 3, I have Joel Embiid. I love Joel Embiid so much. I think when he's healthy, he is one of the most dominant players ever. I wouldn't say he's Shaq level, but he can not only shoot the 3, he can drive, he can pump fake, he's got the pivot, he can rebound, and he's also got that I don't care attitude. He just wants to score. And he can get some blocks. He's an awesome guy. Okay, number 4, Jimmy Butler. I'm mentioning this because listen, he was injured. He didn't even get to play in the playoffs. But the past 2 years, and even before that, if you really paid attention, he's my favorite player of all time.
Oh, really?
When Jimmy Butler's healthy and in the playoffs and has an opportunity to win, he is as good as any other player in the league. Number 5, Josh Hart. He also was in the post-game interview, Game 2 of the finals that we just watched. Great guy, hustler, Dennis Rodman with a 3-point shot.
Josh Hart's not even like the 4th best player on his team.
Did you hit your head?
Are you okay up there, buddy? Are you doing good? I love the list.
And
I love being
his last
unique.
name is Hart. And
I thought I lost you at the Jimmy Butler, but I completely flew out of the window once you said Josh Hart.
This is just what came.
I mean, top 5 grit and grind guys, I'll throw Josh Hart on there. But,
These 5 came to my heart. Cullen.
All right, fine. Let's get serious here. We're going to talk about top 5. I'm going to tell you the real top 5 best players in basketball. Number 1, Miles McBride. Number 2, Victor Wembanyama's cousin. I don't know his name. Okay, no, I'm kidding. Let's get serious now.
I thought you were.
Yeah, I really can't argue. I think with your guys' top 2, top 3 for sure.
Well, I want to know who your 1 and 2 is.
Just for the sake of the argument, I'm gonna go Jokic number 1. I'll go Luka number 2.
Okay.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander number 3.
Okay.
Number 4 and 5, I think it starts to get a little tricky.
Right.
I mean, I think Steph Curry is still one of the best top 5 players in basketball.
I love that right there.
Thank you. There's no way. You can't doubt this guy's greatness. This guy's amazing. I mean, he basically had no team this year, and although they didn't really do anything in the playoffs, did they even make the playoffs?
No.
They made the play-in, right?
Play-in.
Yeah. I mean, I still think he's one of the best players in the world. Definitely top 5 for sure. I mean,
he ages like
one of the best
fine wine.
shooters.
Yeah,
I mean,
he hasn't lost a step, and he's definitely getting up there. So, thank you, Steph
who's
Curry,
your
for
5th guy?
continuing the game. My 5th guy. Whoa, you trying to rush me, man? You got to give a spiel after each player. I'm just listening band for
Absolutely,
band.
I would never.
M for
do that.
M.
I would never.
We can go
try to
Ben
rush
for
you.
Ben.
We can go.
I would
go
never
M for
try to
M.
rush you.
Okay, so number 5 is
Player.
Joel Embiid. 5.
Boom. Yes,
Boom.
man.
The 76ers are. I mean, the record shows it. They're terrible without Joel Embiid. The Bucks, they got their business taken care of by the Pacers in the playoffs. But, right now they have Dame, they have Chris Middleton. Yes, the 76ers have Tyrese Maxey. But besides that, I mean, who else do they have? I really think it's Joel Embiid right there at 5.
Okay.
Well, I think that
wraps it up.
rounds out our 5.
That was our 5.
Some 5s are more accurate than others. I'll say that for sure. All right, well,
All right,
a big thank you to Noah for coming on the
Thank
show.
you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about MLB. Your
Right.
favorite pastime, my favorite pastime, America's favorite pastime.
And unless you're from England, the New York Mets played the Philadelphia Phillies in London this weekend. I mean, it was a London broil, baby. I want to get the guy, the Royal Guards. I want to put a royal hat on his head, just for now. And then I'm the guy who's trying to antagonize them. And they never flinch. They never flinch unless you touch them. Then it's moral. It's immoral.
Back away!
But the Mets split the series with the Phillies. I think they walked it off. And it was a pretty electric call from the British announcers. I was like, dude, we even deserve to get this London series. And yes, we made sure we did. And I am glad that the game is moving more globally. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think it's great. It's cool to see other sports. The NFL has games in London and Mexico, and you've seen this expansion, and you see some of the biggest sports in the world touching parts of the globe. It's really cool. Spread the sport. It's awesome.
I feel like I'm at the equator right now. Every time I'm here, it's like I get scorched. I get absolutely scorched.
Welcome to the desert, baby.
Well, I think that's enough for MLB, because we keep it short and sweet, just like my iced tea, baby.
Let's talk about the NHL real quick. The Stanley Cup finals are happening right now. Game 1 happened, and unfortunately, the Oilers got clapped.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. I'm not an Oilers fan, but I'm a Connor McDavid fan.
Exactly.
The Oilers lost 3-0 to the Panthers. The Panthers looked absolutely electric. 3 goals is insane. My dad, former hockey player, said it was the best performance by a goalie he's ever seen, and that's the Florida Panthers goalie. Let's pop his name up right here because I'm a casual.
I am Bed Bath & Beyond a casual.
So yeah, that guy played lights out. Props to him. Hopefully the Oilers can bounce back.
Hopefully.
I really think Connor McDavid deserves a ring. And
Obviously.
I think this is the year.
It would cement his legacy.
If there's going to be a year where he gets a ring, it's got to be this year.
He'll never be better than this guy, though.
The great one.
No one. Let's move over to the gridiron, shall we?
Da-da-dun, da-da-dun.
Da-da-dun, da-da-dun.
Let's point out the jersey. I got Anquan Bolden over there. I don't know if you can see that. And then I got I don't know who this guy is. I think he's some quarterback.
Burrow's hiding somewhere in Mahomes' shadow.
With a long Anakin Skywalker-like flow.
Well, I think we should do something similar for the football segment that we did to the NBA. I kind of wanted to name the top 5 quarterbacks. And another reason I wanted to was because C.J. Stroud came out with a list a couple weeks ago. And just to make things clear, his list, Houston Texans, C.J. Stroud, QB, he was on a podcast. I don't know about that list. I think we should let the experts talk, all right?
Yeah!
The experts, the guys who really get, gritty and dirty and definitely. I want to name my top 5 QBs.
Go ahead.
And then you can name yours.
I don't want to.
Just copy them, but in a different order. I'm kidding. You do want to. Come on.
I'm kidding.
Number 1, Mahomes. No brainer. He's a beast. He's entering. He's halfway to GOAT status. He's not there, but he's great. He just won the Super Bowl. And number 2, Lamar Jackson. And I really want to make this comparison to Luka and Jokic. You said that Jokic is number 1 because he's MVP. Well, wouldn't you put Lamar number 1 because he was MVP?
That's pretty interesting. I don't know. I think it's a little different of the sport because basketball's 5 guys on the court and football is 11 guys on the field, and everyone plays a super crucial role. Not that doesn't happen.
MVP is a quarterback award, though.
Yeah, it is a quarterback award. I would say that. Where in the NBA, it can be an anyone award.
It is an anyone award.
Yeah. Well, continue with your list.
Let me continue. I just wanted to make that glaring. No, I was brewing that up when we were talking about the NBA. I have Josh Allen 3. I know he can't beat Mahomes, but who can? I think he's a dog. I think he's a beast. He runs. He throws. He just lost Stephon Diggs. What's he going to do? I don't know. If anyone can do it, it's Josh Allen. Number 4, Joe Burrow. And I love the guy. He hasn't played that much. Otherwise, I'd have him higher. I think I'd have him higher, but he's been injured. So injury prone. And now they're finally getting that guy in line. I know they signed a big dog out of LSU or Georgia, Amarius Mims, I think. And
they drafted him.
Yeah, they drafted him. That's what I meant. So at 4, I have Joe Burrow just because of who he is and the name surrounding that. And then number 5, it was a real head scratcher. I put Jalen Hurts. I know it's crazy. I'm not going to forget that he took that team to the Super Bowl in 2022. But honorable mentions were Justin Herbert and C.J. Stroud. So, there you go.
Well, my top 5, I'm not going to disagree with you. I definitely think it's Pat Mahomes at 1 and Lamar Jackson at 2. I think Joe Burrow is number 3. Joe Shiesty, baby. Get the mask on. Joe,
He needs to play.
He missed last season with injury, but, he had just led his team to the Super Bowl.
We'll see how he is after injury.
He's going to bounce back this year.
Okay.
Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader year incoming. Let's go.
I hope so.
Number 4, I'm going to go Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is a dog. He does it all for his team. He's kind of like Lamar Jackson, a little bit of a bigger body, though.
Did you say Lamar Jackson at 2?
I did say Lamar Jackson at 2. Number 5, I'm not going to say Josh Allen because I think that guy's overrated. I think it's C.J. Stroud.
Allen looking left is going to launch. Hardy downfield, overthrown, it's picked.
Really? Josh Allen, overrated? Why?
That was a very Josh Allen-esque pass. I think
Ooh,
Josh
okay.
Allen tends to make bad situations, especially when he's pressured and when he's rushed. He'll run the ball when he doesn't really need to run the ball, and he kind of forces the ball into tight spots that he really shouldn't force the ball. And it's cost his team some games here and there. They had an okay record last year, but they lost a lot of big games and in the regular season and games that they really should have won.
I still think he throws a better ball than Jalen, though.
I think Jalen Hurts just does more for his team. He makes more winning plays for his team.
He's got better guys around him.
I mean, Jalen Hurts was hurt all last year.
He did lead the league in interceptions this past year, but it's all right. It's all right. That's why we do this show, so we can agree to disagree.
Number 5. The guy doesn't wear number 5 on his jersey. He wears number 7. I'm going to say C.J. Stroud, brother. C.J. Stroud, he's elite. He's a dog. I cannot wait to see him in year 2. I just hope he has an insane
He will.
leap. And I said this earlier, I think they're dark horse Super Bowl contenders. They've got a squad, offensively and defensively, a bunch of young guys, and they just stacked up with some talent like Joe Mixon and Stephon Diggs. I mean,
right,
this team is built to have a good run this year,
and
for
their
sure.
defense got bolstered up, too. And let's see, Derek Stingley. Maybe he'll have a big year at cornerback. He was a top prospect.
Who's Derek Stingley?
Derek Stingley?
Derek Stingley. I
Oh.
know that guy. I don't know
Sorry.
Derek Stingley.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just going to go watch some Pat McCarthy, and I'll split. Is that cool?
Yeah, sounds good, man.
All right.
Thanks for coming through.
It's no problem.
And thank you guys so much for
As
watching
always.
another episode of From the Sidelines. Wait a second. Did you subscribe? Did you like? Did you follow? Did you share? Do that right now. Smash the like button. Subscribe, share, comment. We want to hear your guys' thoughts. Do you like our takes? Do you think they're absolute crap? Let us know.
Seriously. I mean, we want honesty.
I'm Cullen Mac.
I'm Daniel DiMaggio.
We'll see you guys next week.